In the dark of night, Tristel is woken by Greta, who informs her that Eva has gone missing. She gathers Kira and Pearl, and together they search the night for the missing old lady. During their search, they discover a drawbridge has been lowered. A guard tells them Eva asked him to let her out, so they follow her trail, and it's not too long before they find her. The old dear explains that she just went for a little night walk, as during the day the townsfolk have been giving her looks, so the still of the night is the perfect time to get some air unharassed. Disaster averted, they return to town and consider the matter resolved. Next they travel to Khyperia, hoping to perhaps increase Trog Canyon's labour force and trade some iron. While waiting for the smith to gather the vast amount of gold to pay for the iron, they explore the town. They find someone to draw a map of the part unexplored, and also meet a group of elves. The elves are not too friendly towards humans, and are also seeking the source of the magic radiation. And after a brief discussion, they invite the elves to accompany them back to Trog Canyon. The next morning they are greeted by Grisguts, the ranger they saved from the undead some time ago. She brings them warning that greedy eyes are on their shipments, and sure enough, they notice a small group of rough-looking types following them around. That night, while resting in their room, they are attacked by the scoundrels. Fortunately, during the scuffle, Pearl's magic misbehaves and teleports in a bunch of Trog Canyon Draconians into the fray. Before blades can be drawn, however, Tristel uses her magic to calm everyone down. It fails. Chaos ensues. People get nutted. Guards are called. People are terrified and spells get cast, and it ends with Pearl getting arrested, and the other two are tossed from the inn. Will the incident damage relations with Khyperia? How will Pearl's trial go? Is Eva really okay? Let's find out now on Embers of the Wilds.
Hello everybody and welcome to Embers of the Wilds, and what an accurate recap that was. Wow. How are we doing? We sure it's fine?
Yeah,
it's fine.
It's
fine. It's all fine. It's like the slogan of this campaign. It's just fine.
It's gonna be fine.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
Nothing's ever gone wrong in the Trog Canyon.
Well. It is late at night. Pearl is being escorted away by guards. The handcuffs won't fit her, but I think they tied your hands with rope, right?
Yes, I believe so. I try to pretend as if they would fit, but it seems like they noticed.
Yeah. So as Pearl retreats down the cobblestone streets late at night, a few people poking their heads out windows. Mm-hmm.
I don't think... Or actually, it depends on what's happening along the way.
They're just a couple looky-loos and rubbernecks who have heard the commotion or poking their heads out windows, and someone with the lantern holds it out to see what's going on. The soldiers with you will shout at them, "Nothing to see here, folks! Back in your houses!" And yet they look anyway.
I'll ask them, where am I being taken?
To jail.
Well, what happens in jail? Oh no.
They don't really respond to that question.
How long am I going to be there?
Until your trial?
When is my trial?
Don't know. It's not my job.
I mean, I have friends here in town. I can't just abandon them.
You know, that's a good point. Maybe we should let her go. Yeah, she's got friends here. Why don't we just let her go?
Thank you so much.
They say, and chuckle amongst themselves as they continue to prod you forward.
What? Rude. Do I see where they're taking me? Like, is it toward the gate? Is it toward, or maybe I don't
You're
know.
headed upriver slightly, but the tall buildings and the winding streets make it difficult to see where you're going. Like, there's no clear destination. It might be the keep at the top of the island. It could be underground in some dirty hole somewhere. It could be some building, and it could be anywhere. But you're generally headed upriver.
Okay.
Back in the tavern, we have our two other friends here. And what are the two of you up to?
Probably mildly freaking out because Pearl's arrested, we haven't gotten paid, and we were wanting to go back and take these elves with us, and all of that is kind of like hecked up right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, how many days is it until we were supposed to leave?
I thought it was like 2 or 3.
Right.
So this was the end of our first day.
Yeah, it's currently late at night, right?
Mm-hmm. Or at the beginning of the day, we were negotiating for the iron, and then elves, and then here.
I believe so, yeah.
You'd been here a few days.
We
I seem
arrived-
to recall.
We arrived on the 2nd of November in the evening, and then we stayed at the inn. And
Oh,
then
right, we came
had a
in
full
night.
day. And then we went back to the inn to rest. That's when the ruffians came along.
So this is the night of the 3rd then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And all of your stuff was going to be ready on the 5th.
All of our stuff? Is that our map, or is that the iron trade?
That was going to be the gold you were going to get.
Right.
They needed a few days to source it, and it was going to be ready on the 5th.
Mm-hmm.
So the two of you are standing around in the common room of the tavern. Some other folks have come to take a look. The innkeep is here now. What are the two of you doing?
I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Is there bail in this town? Or is there bail? Is bail typically a thing?
It is denied. There is no bail. They said it was a socially unjust form of prison that benefits the wealthy.
True.
Damn.
True.
Okay.
But it would be nice in this case. Maybe
Oh,
they can make
that's
an
right.
exception.
That's right. That's pretty cool, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Because in this case, we are the wealthy. We're just gonna pay off
We are the 1%. Yeah.
and go on our way. So yeah, I guess sitting with Kyra. It's still late at night, right?
Yeah. It would have to be, right?
Yeah. I might try to find. So first off, are we kicked out of the inn? Do we have a place to stay?
No, they have not kicked you out of the inn. You can stay. The two of
Okay.
you have committed no crimes. You're fine.
Okay, that's good at least. I'm going to try to find the. I don't want to say sheriff's office because like that gives the implication that like I'm a sheriff and I want to do sheriff things, but like find the police office. Or like someone, or the courts, or some legal entity that might be relevant.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you ask about, they'll tell you, they can give you directions, but they'll tell you the place isn't open until morning.
Ah, fuck. Let's just spend the night then, I think. I think Pearl's
Yeah.
probably will be just fine.
Totally fine. I'm fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh no.
As the commotion begins to die down and people begin to head back towards their rooms, the two of you head up the stairs when the room near the end of the hall opens and one of the elves that you had seen earlier in the day pokes their head out and gives you like a quick beckon.
Damn, yeah, I'll head
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, they'll make sure no one else is around. Keep the door open and hurry the two of you in. There are only 2 elves of the party that was here before, and they take a look at the 2 of you. Mostly Tristel. Kind of, sort of ignoring Kyra, but like totally let her into the room anyway. And they will say, "We heard what happened. Your friend has been hauled off to human jail."
Yeah, it really was a misunderstanding. It was in self-defense. Or, I guess, what exactly have you heard?
We heard commotion and spells and fighting and shouting and poked our head through the looked through the keyhole to see what we could. And then the snow cat was taken.
No, Pearl, yes. Well, unfortunately, the offices where we can plead our case are closed until the morning, but
Oh, there's no time for that. Do you have any idea what would happen to a creature like that in jail here?
whatever do you mean?
I mean, it's a human city. It's terrible. We can't let that happen to her.
I believe that our little Pearl can take care of herself, and I trust this town. Well, I guess you would say that, of course I think that.
The officer that took her away did seem very understanding of the situation. She clearly broke rules, but it was in self-defense, and she didn't mean to summon all the draconians. That was just an accident.
I completely understand. I have absolutely no problem with how any of these things went down. However, your friend is in mortal danger. It's okay.
Yeah, I
The
don't.
other 4 have gone to get her.
No. Call them back.
I really don't think we
Cancel.
should.
No.
We should do that.
They look confused. If she goes to jail here, she'll be there for a long period of time. And the conditions are foul and brutal. People often die in these prisons. From abuse from others, from starvation, malnutrition.
No, she won't. We have influence in this town.
Disease runs rampant in this area. That poor creature won't last 6 months in there.
She will not be in there for more than a few days.
They
Would
look
it be
to Tristel.
possible that we can assess the situation in the morning and perhaps call your friends back? I just really don't think we want to get in any more trouble.
Once she's locked in, we can't get her out. Are you sure? We won't interfere if you don't want us to. I think all people should have the right of self-determination. And you, as her proxy, they say, pointing to Tristel again, should have the, right to call us off.
I think we can solve this through more diplomatic means. I think that Kyra's right. We have influence here. We have a lot of money and resources that are valuable. I don't think that they want to upset that. Call them back, please.
Okay. One of the elves will slip over to a window, open it up, and quietly drop themselves out the backside and disappear into the dark streets below. The other one will sit with you with the okay look on their face. Well then, it was a pleasure getting to know the 3 of you. The one kind of looks at Kyra. And perhaps we'll meet again in another life. Good night. And walks to the door and opens it. And sort of, you can go if you want.
Sure.
Sorry if I'm misunderstanding, but we're definitely gonna get all of this under control. Is your party still willing to come back with us to investigate the magic?
Certainly. That would be wonderful.
Okay. And I walk back to my room.
Yep. You can see the elves are very, very skeptical that any of this is going to work out in your favor. And,
all right, yeah, I'm gonna leave.
okay, cool. Get some rest. Much needed rest before the morning.
Yeah.
All right. Pearl, you're taken to jail.
What's it like?
It is essentially just a big box with bars in it. You can put your paws through, and you can almost reach stuff on the other side, but not quite.
Is there like a bed at least so I can get some?
No. It is a cold stone floor in a 10 by 10 room with 5 other humans in it. And there are no beds, and there is a single bucket for bathroom activities that is currently half full. Everyone is sort of scratching themselves because there's clearly lice all over this place. The stench is awful, and beside your cage, there are other cages with more people in them. And
Cozy.
There's a lot of sort of, sweating, coughing, shivering people.
Okay, neat. Hello, I'm Pearl. I sort of stand in the corner.
There are some interesting looks in your direction. Pearl, I'm going to let you determine your fate a little bit here. Would you roll me a 1d20? High is good, low is bad.
What am I rolling? Goodness is what I'm rolling.
We're going to see who is in the cell with you. 10. That's an average cell. Okay. So you've got one real, hardened criminal in here, and the other 4 people are just you don't know why they're here, but they don't look dangerous. They look more scared and dejected. But there's one person in here. One person. Yes. It's a young woman with cold, hard eyes. And when you walk in, she immediately does the up and down on you. And when the guards step away, she walks towards you and goes, well, look what we have here. Something soft and fluffy. You would make a really good blanket. It gets pretty cold in here. Give me your skin.
No, I'm not gonna give you my skin. I'll just back off.
Then lay down over my feet. Keep them warm for me.
I'm sure we can all fit here, right? I kind of scan the room. Does
Starts
it look like
cracking
we
her
fit?
knuckles. It's 10 by 10. There's technically room for everyone.
I mean, I guess I can. Do you want to sleep next to your feet, or what are you asking of me?
On them. Blanket.
Okay, what vibe are there guards outside?
They locked you in and they walked down the hall, and they're kind of far off now.
Okay, would they hear us?
Maybe if you shouted loud enough, they would hear you and come help you.
Probably wouldn't. I'm just gonna silently sit down in a corner and not respond.
The cold-eyed woman will walk right up to you and sort of kick her feet underneath your belly.
But hey, leave me alone.
That's nice.
What? Look, I'm not a blanket. We're
Shh, blankets don't talk. They just lay
exactly. But this this person talks, right? You notice that I'm in fact not a blanket, okay? And then I walk over to another corner.
You can see like she's enjoying this. This is sort of like fun for her, and she will get up and follow you to the other corner and sort of like position herself like angular to the corner so that you've only got a little bit to go left or right, and she'll do it again, and this time a little bit harder so her shins like push against your side and sort of push you towards the wall.
Okay, that's fine.
Nice and toasty.
I will sleep on your feet. This is really weird. Why do you want me to do this?
That's nice. It gets so cold in here.
I look toward the other people. Is this normal?
They are very much looking away and trying not to get involved. They seem quite cowed by the woman in this room.
Kind of like Ashley right now.
Is she even here? Where'd she go?
He evaporated.
Okay. All right. I'll very awkwardly curl up on the floor, I guess, by her feet.
Mm-hmm. The night doesn't progress very well for you. There's not actually any ventilation in this area. It's very not COVID safe. Where the windows are, you don't even know, but they're definitely not here. Maybe they're at the end of the hallway. Maybe they're at the other end of the hallway, but you can't see any windows and you can't feel any breeze. But you are surrounded by like the of the people and the constant scratching, and you can feel little lices crawling through your fur, probably laying eggs on your skin.
Well, I'm gonna clean them out. I can do that.
Yes, you can.
It's true.
Which will provoke much mocking commentary from your tormentor, who will sort of
I'm gonna
cow
be
you
the
around.
cleanest person in that entire cell. So.
Yeah.
It's
well,
fine.
we don't need to delve too deep into the discomfort of your first night in jail.
Do I get a good night's sleep?
You do not.
Nice.
You do not get a short rest at all. It is constantly interrupted.
Okay.
And, the sounds that you hear coming from other areas in the jail are somewhat problematic. You hear sort of the sound of someone being hit and crying out, calling for guards who do not arrive. And then there's a lot of quiet in between. It feels like a very unsafe, dangerous place.
I think that's my impression too. At this point.
Yeah, I think that's a good enough description.
But the guards, when they arrested me, they did mention that we would be put on trial, or I would be
Absolutely.
on trial. Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
there
so
will
I'm not
be
like
a
giving up
trial.
hope on life at this point. So
It's a little early to give up all hope.
yeah, okay, good.
Yeah.
Actually,
In the next...
how
Go
is
ahead,
my
please.
how's my character sheet doing? What do I have?
You've got full hit points. That's good for you.
Yeah.
And you have claws. Unlike everyone else here, you sort of did bring a weapon with you.
Mm-hmm. I can also climb, so I can like climb the bars a little bit more than others, so that I can flex a little bit.
Yeah, you could climb up the stone walls on the inside if you needed to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just picturing Pearl like in the corner with the bars like a spider, like
Nice. Well, there's not much for you to do other than suffer for a little while, Pearl, so we're going to go talk about your friends for a minute.
Yeah, I'll just continue suffering.
In the morning, the two of you wake up as rested as you can be after a night of fighting and confusion and messiness. When you head down, the elves are not in the bar, in the common room or anything like that. And you have your meal, and what would the two of you like to do?
Go straight to the sheriff's office, jail, court, whatever. Yeah.
Absolutely. The administration building.
the authorities.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can wait in line for a little while, and, there seems to be some bit of process to it. And eventually you will get an audience with one of the, what would their rank be here? I guess it would be one of the clerks who sort of helps figure out who needs to go talk to who and do what, and answers questions from folks. And the two of you can get up to the clerk, who looks up at you with fresh eyes because it's early in the morning. But they've got that sort of like, this is a heavy job that I'm doing, and sort of the wariness of having to deal with people who are trying to deal with the justice system. And looks at the two of you. Names? What can I do for you? Names?
Kyra?
Tristelle.
Mm-hmm. What do you need?
We're here to talk about an incident that happened last night. That ended with one of our friends being put in jail.
Clerk flips a page. 4 people arrested last night.
Pearl.
Which one was your friend?
The fuzzy one.
Flips the page again. Right. Well, her trial's scheduled for, I think there's room next week sometime, depending on how the schedules go.
That will not be acceptable.
I'm sorry.
I'm of the understanding that this town needs iron. Is that correct?
I don't know how that has any bearing on what's happening with these courts here.
Would you like this town to have a virtually unlimited supply of iron?
Are you trying to bribe an official of the court?
No, I'm talking about policy and the future of this city. You as in the city, not you personally.
Look, ma'am, I don't have the authority to change any of these things.
Then take us to
Your
someone who
friends-
will.
You want to speak to my manager?
Indeed.
They lean back and kind of look across the hall towards someone else. And look at you, sort of tired. It's not going to help. You know that, right?
Well, that would be a shame to doom your town to disease and despair.
With the long, heavy sigh of someone who works in customer service and is tired of their life, the clerk will call out, Vala! Vala, we got another one!
Another one.
Please stand over at that window. And a few minutes later, an older woman will come by. She's got long, heavy cheeks that sort of sag a little bit. Her eyes are deeply wrinkled. Her hair is sort of wiry and silver gray. She's got this big, fluffy coat on. Not coat, but yeah, I guess a coat or a jacket would be the right term for it. So kind of a big, bulky thing. And she comes over to the table, and you can see she's got ink all over her hands. They're stained from years and years of writing and dealing with ink, but never properly getting it cleaned. And when she opens her mouth to talk, you can see the deeply receded gun line and the extensive gingivitis. What can I do for the two of you?
We believe that we are... sorry, I'm...
She loudly slurps her drink.
One of the bars has been imprisoned. It's really just a big misunderstanding. We'd really just like to clear it up in a quick trial. I know that the schedule's very, very tight, but if we could just, bump it up a little. Again, this is just a big misunderstanding.
But the reason that you want to do that is we hold vital keys to the city's future. Since I am of the understanding that Kal'ella is in vital need of iron, and you're looking at your best hope to get a vast quantities of iron and other metals.
She cocks her head to the side like this is ringing a bell with something. She goes, "Hold on, wait here." She, sets her mug down heavily and wanders back into an office and starts shouting for someone named Frederick. And she's gone for a little while. It's 5 minutes, and then it's 10 minutes, and like half an hour passes in, and this Vala woman has not returned yet.
These are offices, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a big administration building. It's like 4 stories tall, made out of stone, like almost everything else here. Big double doors that go into the front, and that was like sort of the main clerk's area in the main hallway, and there's other offices off the main walkway, and there's a corridor that goes left and a corridor that goes right to some stairs, and you're at like the window, a few windows down from the main windowed bench area. There's sort of like a metal bar structure that covers that makes it difficult or impossible for one of you on this side to like get to the clerks on the other side, but there is like a U-shaped window way that in theory you could squeeze through, but it'd be like very difficult to do so. And on the other side, it's sort of like a big open room, and then a hallway that leads to the left from your perspective, and some other offices back there that you can kind of poke in and see. There are 2 guards on the front door in chainmail with swords inside, not spears, and then behind the metal windowy jail bar-y thingy, there's also a guard back there who has like an axe standing nearby. You get the distinct impression that this is if people reach their hands or heads through the bars, the axe comes down as like a, don't try to cross the line. Mostly for intimidation, probably. But after another 15... Go ahead, please.
Well, outside of this like little entry, is there another way back there? The door
to behind the there you can see on your left side there is a door that very clearly just like breaches the wall and goes back to the secured area where all these other people are, and there's no guard on that door at all, but it's probably locked.
Okay.
Another 15 minutes pass, and eventually the Vala woman comes back, and her eyes are a little bit brighter now. I see. The 2-3 of you are responsible for all the commotion with the Smiths, I see.
Indeed, we were conducting our business, trying to help this town as best as we can, when the news of our trades in the town reached some thugs trying to take the advantage of our situation and attacked us, which led to our companion landing here.
And as I understand it, the reason you bring up iron is you're going to make some sort of ultimatum. Either we set your friend free or no more iron comes into the town.
Well,
is that where we're
how
headed?
else would iron get into the town?
Friend is an essential part of this endeavor, and without her we just can't keep making these trips. She's really important.
The Vala chick. Yeah, that's a fine word. Taps her feet a little bit. One of the reasons Kyle has managed to withstand everything that's happened is because we've always treated our people fairly. Life might be difficult and hard, but we've always been fair. We don't give anyone get out of jail free cards around these parts.
Of course, but isn't defending yourself against a thief, a mugger, a terrible person, a perfectly valid thing to do?
I'm no judge. One can defend themselves, but one can also break the law in the process. She chews her lip a bunch. You say your friend is integral to this iron importation process? How integral? What is her function?
Well, as you can see, she's a very talented sorceress. In our travels, we encounter any number of cruel things that want to terrorize us, and without her, we just can't do it. She's very modest with wielding her magic, which is why in the town she is absolutely adhered to the law, and the only reason this happened at all is, as Kyra said, she was under attack and her life was in danger.
And
So she summons a bunch of monsters into the town because her life is in danger. Right. Right.
We have individuals in this town that you trust who can back up our assessment of
being
the
popular
honesty.
doesn't get you free, kiddo. But I think there is something that we can work out here. If your friend agrees to plead guilty to all of her crimes, she can be permanently exiled. That is an option instead of jail time. And that can speed things along. Most people prefer the jails to the exiles. You live a lot longer in jail than you do wandering the countryside by yourself. But since she's not from around here, as long as she agrees to never set foot in Khyperia again, and as I understand it, she's quite distinctive, so we will know, we can do away with this mess.
I believe that's up for Pearl to decide, but that is a good thing to know.
Well, we can get her in front of a judge today, if she agrees to plead guilty and make it all happen very quickly. But if there's any problems, we'll have to go through the very normal procedure. So why don't you we'll get you to go give her a talking to for a minute, so all this can proceed as smoothly as possible.
That sounds fantastic. Thank you so much.
Shakes her head, clearly disappointed with how all this has gone, and leaves the window, walks around to that door that we talked about a moment ago, opens it, steps through, and as she goes through, you can hear someone else like locking it behind her, and she'll walk past you and give you the follow me, and take you to the staircase that goes upstairs and then down a hallway and then down 3 flights of stairs deep into the ground. And then leaves you in a waiting room off on the side of a hallway, where you can just sit and wait. And we can go back to Pearl, who has spent a night in jail, but when morning comes, it's really hard to tell if it's morning, because the only source of light in this area is actually a lantern down at the end of the hallway, which has been refilled once. And so you wake up, but it's still that sort of dim, dark with a single lantern, and other people are sort of awake, and some people are sort of asleep. And the woman who was bothering you has over the course of the cowing, managed to take a lay down with her back against the wall and pull you up over her knees to feet area, functioning as a minor throw rug.
Am I waking up as this rug, or?
Yeah, you're sort of waking up like, what? When did I get all the way on the legs?
Is she awake or asleep?
She seems asleep. Her eyes look closed. But earlier in the night, when you were on her feet and she looked like her eyes were closed and you tried to crawl off of her, she grabbed you by the tail and didn't let you go until you stopped moving. So, I don't know if you want to mess with her right now.
Yeah.
However,
I might just stay, I suppose.
it's a terrible thing.
As long as it's somewhat comfortable. If it's super uncomfortable, then...
It's physically comfortable, but I expect it to be emotionally tumultuous.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
But as long as she's asleep, it's okay.
She's pacified right now.
That's good.
But you will be alerted at this point because a door opens and then there's the whap, 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 whap of a club rolling down the bars on the side before it gets to your cell and sort of rattles the bars, and everyone's eyes snap open. And one of the guards here a really like tall, thin man sticks his little club in and pokes in your direction. And goes, "You,
What?
cat person,
I'm not.
cat girl,
What?
get up."
I nervously look at the the mean lady, and then
Her eyes have opened, and she goes,
okay. And I walk up to the guard. Hey, this person has been really mean to me, like all night. It's really, really hard to sleep.
The guard attempts to suppress a smile and pulls out some keys and opens the door and goes, "Looks like your trial's been pushed forward." And well,
Good.
some of the other people in your cell and the cells beyond like get up and move to the jail, to the walls, and start very vocally complaining. "Hey, I've been in here 4 days. What gives? What does she get special treatment?" The guard tries their best to ignore them and will help like pull you out, slam and lock the door, and then rattle the club along the bars on the way back. You'll get to the end of the hallway, up some stairs. You haven't been bound yet. Through the door at the top to sort of like the lounge for the guards, and there's 2 other people here, their swords like blades out on the table, and they pause their game of cards and give you a good look with their hands like near the hilts but not on the hilts. And the guard will take you through this room and into some other unmarked door, open it, and just like push you in. And in this other room, you see your 2 friends patiently waiting by a table.
Oh, you're here.
Guard puts his hand in and goes, 2 minutes,
What?
and then slams the door shut.
Okay, Pearl, we don't have much time.
Okay.
We've managed to secure, hopefully, a way for you out of here today. The thing is that you would need to plead guilty to casting a spell, I guess.
But wouldn't that put me in jail for?
They will exile you instead. And we can call upon Greaseguts, we can call upon the fact that you did it in self-defense to help our case.
Wait, I would never be able to come back here in town?
That's what we were able to get.
I mean, I was just defending myself.
I know, right? This town's laws are a little wild.
I mean, I guess we can still trade, even
Yeah.
though I'm not allowed in. But
True, yeah.
if this is the only way, then well, what is the alternative?
You get thrown into jail for multiple years.
Years?
That's what I
Yes.
assume.
Okay, well that's not acceptable. We can't do that. I don't want to stay here for years, especially not with the company down there.
Yeah.
I think that, and this is a big if, but exile, not the worst thing ever. And think, as we continue to trade, perhaps we could appeal it in the future. At the very least, this gets you free.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So what happens next?
We go in front of a judge. We plead our case. I think it's probably good to state the facts. Make sure that we thought we were doing the right thing in defending ourselves. State that we only wanted to trade our iron and try to help the city flourish with our supply of iron.
Yeah. Okay.
And that is why we got attacked. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds good, I suppose.
The door opens up, and the guard steps inside and says, "Time's up. Come with me, pussycat."
Hey,
I want to try and sneak her some food.
Go ahead and make me a sleight of hand check, opposed by this guard's perception check.
Oh no.
Oh, they
Oh,
botch
no.
it. They botch it. Someone must be talking to them over their shoulder, and they kind of give a look back as you hand some dried rations to the cast.
Yes.
And then looking back, the club like rattles against the door. Come on!
Hey, so could we it's really cold. Could we get some blankets or something for? Because the stone floor is really not comfortable.
He looks you up and down. Don't you already have one?
I mean, it's okay for me, but other people are freezing in there, and you know.
Don't worry, we'll take care of them. Come with me.
Okay. All right.
And you will be brought out. Once again, there'll be some fumbling with handcuffs as these guards who didn't arrest you the night before, like, these won't fit. God damn it. Jenkins!
Oh, can I switch
Get the
cell?
rope!
Maybe I can be in a different one, and then I point to a more empty
You're not
one.
going to a cell, they say.
Wait.
They will bind your hands and haul you up some stairs.
Oh,
and
nice.
you will be brought before a judge post haste. Your friends can sit in the audience chamber. They'll have to actually come here separately from you, but they can get directed. And it is a rather swift thing. You get brought before a judge in a very small room. It's maybe 10 feet wide and 15 feet deep with a little bench back there that has a person, and a very old woman dressed in gray robes with like a bodyguard right next to her in chainmail with a long sword standing before them. And there's like a little tiny wooden fence that you are brought in front of with a single person to stand beside you. And your friends are behind you, and there's like one or two other observers back here, kind of interested.
Is that
the
everyone
person
in the room?
Yeah, so
Okay.
judge, bodyguard, unknown person with you, your two friends, and like 3 observers. So I think that's 9 folks. And your hands are tied behind your back. The judge will flip a piece of paper on the table before them and go, I see, you're ready to plead guilty. Well, let's dispense with the justice here. So there's the old woman. You are charged with 1 count of recklessly casting magic in town.
Well,
1 count of endangering the population. 1 count of attempted murder.
Attempted murder? Wait, what?
How do you plead?
Oh dear.
What do you? Can I speak?
Yes, how do you plead? Says the
Um,
woman.
Where are the criminals?
Before me?
No, the ones that tried to kidnap me. Aren't they the ones that should be on trial?
She looks at her papers. That's not on my docket, young lady.
Well, what
I was told that this would be a speedy trial. Do you deny the charges leveled at you? Do you deny recklessly casting magic?
I mean, I don't deny that I did cast magic, yes.
Excellent.
But it was in
So
defense.
guilty to the first charge?
I was attacked.
Do you deny endangering the town?
I guess I endangered the town.
You do deny it?
No, I don't- no, I-
She marks something on a paper. And the third charge, attempted murder.
I would never attempt murder.
She looks to the assembled people, and the person next to you goes, Your Honor, this creature over here, look at this, it's not even human. This creature attempted to kill citizens of this town. They've already agreed, they've already pled guilty to recklessly casting magic, just summoning monsters that
In
attempted
defense,
to destroy the
yes.
town. And the judge is like, whoa, summoning monsters is not on the docket. You keep to the laws. Just like, I'm so sorry, Your Honor. They've already pled guilty to recklessly casting magic, to endangering the welfare of the town. And why did they do this? To kill the people who had come into their room late at night. Why that happens is neither here nor there. But magic was used with an attempt to murder. There was blood on the ground. There were wounded people. I can bring
There
witnesses
was no
to prove
attempt
it.
to murder.
I want to stand up. Objection!
The judge looks to the two of you and goes, "Are you witnesses to this event?" And
We
the
are.
person's like, "No, these are not the witnesses I
We
have
are
brought forward."
witnesses, yes.
We are witnesses.
Judge silences the first person. Two of you, step forward beyond the gate. What do you have to say?
We are a party of 3 individuals who came into this town with loads of iron to try and help this town prosper with trade. And due to this, we were attacked and tried to take advantage of by some lowly thieves.
Who are not here, by the way, who are the ones who did the real crime that I was just defending myself against.
And so we could not allow ourselves to be thieved upon, and we had to defend ourselves. And we had no weapons to defend ourselves with, and the situation seemed extremely hopeless. And we never had the intent to kill or seriously injured. We only wanted to drive the thieves away. And that is why Pearl used magic.
And did this magic put people's lives in jeopardy?
No. No one was seriously injured.
The only lives that were in jeopardy were ours. This is outrageous. Is this how tradespeople are treated in your city? Ones with valuable resources? If anything, we should have a band of your men guarding us. They should have been there to protect us.
The judge looks weary. I see. I suppose we'll have to convene a proper trial then, if we're disputing the third charge. Bailiff, take the creature back to jail.
Wait, is this not a proper trial?
I was told this would be... I was told you were pleading guilty to all the charges.
I did plead guilty to using magic. I'm not denying that.
And endangering the town,
Well,
but not attempting to kill someone.
Who drew up these charges?
yeah.
The person standing next to Pearl who seems to be the prosecutor of some kind, says, "I did."
Why did you put attempted murder on this and not inform us?
I was told that there were many armed monsters with swords who stabbed citizens of this town.
They did not stab anyone. We were witnesses. We were there.
No one was stabbed?
Nobody.
The prosecutor looks to the judge and goes, "Well, I suppose we'll need a proper trial then. I was told that they were stabbed. I guess we'll have to go the long way around."
Hearsay then, we were witnesses.
They are getting ready to put her back in the queue for another week. It might not be the most perfect, justful situation here, but that's apparently how they're going with it.
Do you...
Are you
Okay,
gonna-
I will slam my fists on the table and say, are you really throwing away your one chance at improving this town with iron and opening trade?
The judge says, we're doing no such thing, young lady. And threats like that don't get you swift justice. They don't get you real justice. If there is some sort of iron something happening here, I'm sure the courts will figure it out. It might be a slow system, but it's a very good one.
So what about the criminals that, broke into my room at the inn? Have you found them?
The prosecutor steps forward and goes, "We have 2 people under arrest for breaking and entering and attempted kidnapping. They'll be facing their own sentence, their own trials later."
Can I tell if they're lying?
You can make me an insight check.
Um,
Can I
Not
cast
really.
calm emotions on this courtroom?
If you want to go to
No,
jail.
no.
You have no reason to believe the prosecutor's lying. They seem to be sort of flat and honest about this. They've got no reason to try and get on your good side in any way, shape, or form. They clearly don't care about you.
okay. Well, that's good.
So-
that the other ones have been... that they face
So we're
justice.
gonna Are we gonna let Pearl sit in jail
No.
for principles?
So when is the real trial? If this is
Weeks.
just a fake
Yeah.
In a
trial,
week or so,
can we not do it now?
have to call the witnesses, and there's other people in line before you. This was a special circumstance. I was told it would be a speedy trial, that you were pleading guilty to all the charges against you. And
Well,
we
I
could just
wasn't
be done
aware of
with
the
it.
charges. I'm not gonna
Well-
lie to you. Do you want me to lie
I
and
see.
plead guilty to murder? Is that justice?
No, I don't want you to do anything, young lady. I don't have a care in the world about what happens to you.
Well, I thought
I'm
you
just
wanted
here
this
to
trial to be a
facilitate.
speedy, simple trial where I just plead guilty to everything I haven't done.
Okay, here's a thing. If she pleads guilty to the first two, versus if she pleads guilty to the first three, she will be charged with expulsion, or what was it?
Exile.
Exile. If she pleads guilty to the first two, will she also be charged with exile, and will that be enough? I don't know if that made sense.
The judge takes a beat and says, all charges must be answered in a court of law. If there is a dispute over a charge, it is a matter of principle to see it through, especially a charge like attempted murder. There is no point in a criminal justice system if someone only has to answer for half of the things charged to them.
Even if there's no difference in the outcome.
Yes. If you are brought up for 10 murder charges and you are found guilty on just one of them, the sentence is the same as if you're found guilty on all 10, and yet we charge and answer and ask all 10. Bailiff? She points to the someone at the very back of the room who starts to pull out some rope and walks across the room. Whap, tap, tap in the direction of the
Okay,
gates.
I'm gonna
and
be
Pearl.
So I'm gonna be useless in jail, right? Maybe I can do something to help the town. Maybe I can. I don't know. You must
No,
have things
no.
that needing to be done. I can use magic. I can be helpful. Maybe I can do some work.
You must come from a very sweet and innocent place to have these lofty illusions that someone would get out of jail for something, somehow. But no. The only true justice is to everyone face the same punishment. There's no special circumstances for the wealthy, for the strong, for the good fighters, for the magically endowed. Everyone is equal under the eyes of the law, regardless of station or ability or disability.
We're just
We
trying
would
to help
only
the
throw a
city.
man with no legs into a jail as we would a man with 10 legs.
I just thought we could do something good for the town, and
Apparently we can't. I'm sorry.
The bailiff gets to the wooden bar, opens it, and steps forward. Pearl, they're gonna take you away. They're gonna take you away unless you...
this is not fair.
Well,
Man,
sucks to
isn't
be
life
Kalala, I say.
I'm just gonna burst into tears. Girl, no! Accept it, come back with us.
Except what?
Just plead guilty, please.
I didn't try to murder anyone.
Just do it!
No, I didn't murder anyone. I never intended to murder anyone. I've never wanted to murder anyone, and I start tearing up. This is really unfair. All we've been trying to do is help the town. And now I'm here, stuck in a
The
cell.
judge gives like a, I am so tired of help the town narrative happening in this courtroom. Were you not going to be paid large sums of gold for the resources that you have? You are equally benefiting from this. You're not innocent, noble, altruistic benefactors coming to the town to support it out of the goodwill. You're here for the same reason everyone else is, to make a profit and to fill your coffers with gold. All this help the town, we're your protectors, is just a bunch of malarkey. You're
So
a
trading
dangerous
doesn't
criminal
benefit anyone,
who
is that what
summoned
you're saying?
monsters
Trading
into our
is
town.
useless to you then. You will get no trade if it is such
we
a
would-
despicable thing for you.
We would rather not have your pitiful iron than to corrupt our justice system. We are a principled nation. A small one, but a principled one. Bailiff, take this creature away.
I'm not a creature.
I didn't mean that dismissively. I would have said that to any criminal.
Oh,
She politely interjects.
well.
Um,
thanks.
And it
Question
sounds
down.
like Pearl's gonna go to jail for a while.
I'm not pleading guilty for murder.
Okay. Why don't we take our first break right here, and we'll come back on the other side with more Embers of the Wilds.
This is fine. Okay, we're gonna be right back. Alright, we're gonna have to cut the session short. I'm really sorry, but Ashley was suddenly not feeling well at all, and she can't really play right now. So this is gonna be like the shortest episode of all, unfortunately, and we're gonna end having made the situation only worse in game, actually, and we're now on an even bigger cliffhanger. Yep. So that's unfortunately the way it is. Yeah.
It is what it is. But that means you have a whole week to plan your legal defense.
Same to you, actually.
Yes.
Yeah. Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess it's on.
What
We're
really?
gonna do an actual legal battle in game.
Mm-hmm. What really is attempted murder? You know, isn't summoning draconians with weapons who draw them attempted murder?
I mean, it wasn't me who used the weapons. The Draconians used their weapons. You know?
Yeah, but if they are under your control,
I didn't know they were under my control.
does ignorance of it make it any better?
Yeah, because it's different if I'm like a general giving orders to soldiers that do crimes or whatever. But if I'm not a general, but they think I'm a general and I accidentally do something that make them do horrible things, can I really be held accountable?
But if you run a factory and due to carelessness, the factory burns down and kills all your employees, aren't you still responsible for it, even if that wasn't your intent?
Probably, yeah. But like, if it was an
So the
arsonist
draconian
attacking my factory and I tried to stop them in a way that was not ideal, then it's kind of still the arsonist's fault, you know?
I mean, there are two separate issues, right? There's their crimes and they're your crimes, and one doesn't justify the other.
Well, it kind of is in self-defense, right? It's illegal to punch someone in the face, but if someone already punched you, then you can punch back without facing legal consequences, right?
But yes, but if someone tries to punch you in the face and you kill them, that's not okay.
Sure. I will give you that.
Right?
But that is not what
And
happened.
right, and they weren't trying to murder you. They were just trying to kidnap you. Totally different.
They were
Are
just
you-
taking me someplace else.
Oh, but that's assault. That's assault. Sorry, I'm gonna step in. That's assault. Kidnapping, still assault.
But can you kill someone over assault?
Oh,
It depends what state you're in. It depends on the jurisdiction. I'm gonna need to see what Ella has drafted.
Oh no. Y'all are real ready for this.
I'm too ready. I took debate in high school. I'm gonna need to see
Okay.
it.
Okay. Well then, we'll get you some laws to work with here. We'll have a good old trial by lawyer.
I'll have a brief prepared by next Sunday.
I'm gonna have to watch all my favorite legal dramas in preparation.
Oh no.
Oh no, what a terrible job.
binge Phoenix Wright. Now you have access to that.
Big Little Lies. All the good ones.
Yes.
Okay, well, before we close, I need to do a kitten update, because we've been talking about kittens for a while. And so now I believe it is 1 week left, almost exactly today, until we're gonna adopt the 2 kittens. Sorry, 1 month, not 1 week.
Oh, I'm so excited!
You can't do that to us.
Not 1 week, 1 month, 4 weeks. That sounds less than
There-
1 month.
There is a new charge being leveled against you. It's called bait and switch. It carries a 5-year penalty.
Especially with kittens, it makes it worse. Okay, anyway, so I need to show pictures, because we do have an update now on. So now we almost know which one we're gonna get. So, I don't know if you see on stream. You should be able to see on stream, I think.
Mhm.
There should be kittens on stream. Okay, so this is Vulpix. Vulpix is going to go to someone else. So now we know that Vulpix is not going to be hanging out at our place. But Vulpix is very adorable. One of my
Very
favorites because
cute.
she was really, really adorable. But anyway, she's
Mm.
head off to someone else. I think she's going to be the future of that. What's it called? The Khyperia?
Lineage?
Yeah, of the lineage. So
Mm.
yeah.
Mm.
Anyway, but then so we wanted a male and a female cat, and there was only 2 female cats. So that means that we're probably gonna have Ratata at our place in a month from now.
Mhm.
Yeah. So this is Ratata. They're absolutely adorable.
These names.
Look
yeah.
at the eyeballs on that. Look at the cute little
So we
and
know
the
that
snoot.
It's going to be Ratata, but we still don't know who's going to be the other cat. So it's a little bit tricky. And we're also talking to Anna, the person who has the cats right now. And she also want to make sure that the pairing is good, like if they're friends and they get along well and whatnot. Yeah, so we'll see who it's going to be. I like pretty much all of the other ones, so yeah, we'll see. I like Snorlax. Snorlax struggled
Bus.
to walk for a long time, and he was adorable and working very hard to learn how to walk.
Oh, what a chunky little cat.
Yeah. He was the largest one too. It's kind of an interesting combination.
Oh, it's like a circle. It's like, you know how cats loaf? It's not a loaf, it's like a bun. It's like a bun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so
Are you gonna rename them?
Biscuit.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's also Mudkip.
So
I
this-
really like Mudkip.
I was gonna say, is this breeder a Pokemon fan?
Yes, all of our cats have been Pokemon. So, yeah. Except Grandma. Grandma is not named after a Pokemon, but yeah. So that's
Oh,
gonna be
they're so
exciting.
stinking
They're
cute.
adorable. We're gonna have a proper photo session, bringing lights and everything next week. So,
Oh my god. I like the dark snout.
yes.
Snoot, snoot, snoot.
We'll see. But yeah, anyway, there we go. That cat update. Now we're all up to speed on kittens.
Oh,
We'll see what Thor thinks of that. I think it's gonna be fun.
Mountain climbing friend, also Freya climber.
Yes.
oh,
Yeah, they were like the first time we were visiting. They started climbing this like beanbag, like a big like thing you can sit in.
Mhm.
Yeah, and so Meowth is a mountain climbing friend, but they were also climbing me at some point, so they're also a Freya climber.
good, good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have fun with that.
Yeah, I know that kittens climb so much. They climb like everything.
Mhm.
Pretty wild. Anyway, I think that's gonna be it for this session then. Unless
Okay.
there's anything else you wanna bring up? Or...
Nope.
No. Wait, people are saying my mic is weird. Do I sound weird?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it's not plugged into the normal one.
Oh.
It's like kind of weird.
Do
but-
I sound like distant and silent?
Like you're in a submarine.
Neat.
But if we're ending the stream.
Doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Alright, well, thank you all so much for joining. Apologies for the short session, but health has to have priority and whatnot. So, yeah, hopefully Ashley will be okay by next week. So, because then we're gonna get on again. Yeah. Alright. Yeah. Thanks for joining, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.